Oh, hey, self-lovers, it's your boy, Paul Fishman. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And I thought that it would be really, really powerful and exciting for me to jump into talking about something that is all over social media. And it is Simone Biles departing from the Olympics, claiming mental health. First of all, my stance on this, you go girl, I am so into it, but it's wild for me to see how many people are bashing her, going as far as calling her a sociopath because she is too weak and she didn't know what she was getting into and yada, 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 all that crap. I'm not gonna be here recounting all of the tea and spilling everything that people are talking about when it comes to her not being the best version of herself. I'm going to be highlighting what I think is so important about this message and so valuable for everyone to take away when it comes to Simone Biles saying her mental health is what is most important. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Paul Fishman. I am a self-love coach and you do you activist, and I am on a mission to empower and inspire humanity to love unconditionally, starting from within. And all those haters, you are absolutely not involved in my mission, so either listen up or peace out. And here's the deal. When it comes to self-love, I believe that self-love is the devotion to our individuality. Like what makes you, you, and me, and Simone, Simone. And the reality is that there's no one like her on this planet, regardless of the fact that she is the best of the best out there when it comes to gymnastics. I'm talking about on a baseline level, there is no one else like Simone on this planet, and there's no one else like you on this planet either. So this is where it's so important to acknowledge that you have no right to comment on someone else's life, let alone Simone Biles. Sweet Simone Biles. I used to teach Pilates and I would always be like, okay, show me your Simone. We'd have put the hands up. Anyway, past life. We don't teach Pilates anymore. We fully dove into self-love. So when we're talking about this concept of saying yes to ourselves and honoring that we know what's best for us and no one else knows better, that is really what I want to jump into when it comes to what's happening with Simone and the media. Let's talk a little bit more about how you can empower yourself to do what's best for you without worrying about what other people think. Because granted, most of you do not have the type of platform, notoriety, or celebrity that Simone has. So this can potentially be a little bit easier for you than someone of Simone's stature, right? And at the same time, because you might not have as much support as Simone, that's why I'm here to be your cheerleader, your backup dancer, and everything in between. So let's talk about what it looks like to say yes to you and maybe ask for support or step out of the spotlight or into something that is scary or doesn't really align with your truth. First of all, when Simone claimed mental health, I personally believe her. I think that's true, and I love that. I also like that she was talking about how the Olympics was supposed to be for her, and she didn't want to do it to please anyone else. And I mean, bravo to you, Simone, because peace out people pleasing. I am on a mission to help you ditch people pleasing as well, because people pleasing is kind of like the reason why so many people struggle with self-love. Let me break it even further down for you. Like I said, self-love is the devotion to your individuality. So when you don't love yourself enough to say yes to the things you want to say yes to and no to the things you want to say no to, as opposed to what people pleasers do, which is saying yes to the things they want to say no to and no to the things they want to say yes to. I know, it blows my mind as well. When you are aligned with yourself enough to stand true to the things you want to do, that, my sweet self-lover, is where the magic happens. So how do you do this? How do you take a stand against all of the people who are trying to dictate how your life is supposed to be and really speak your truth? Well, here's what I've learned over the past 4 years of working with clients, leading my program, The Self-Love Diet, which teaches you how to habitually nourish the devotion to your individuality, and of course, being on my own self-love journey. What I've learned is that when we sacrifice ourselves for others, we are inherently telling ourselves that we aren't good enough and what we want we're not worthy of. So I really want to empower you today to examine where you are saying no to yourself with the fear of how other people are going to view you, right? For example, if Simone were to continue on the path of competing in the Olympics, even though she feels like her mental health isn't there, she would be doing it for everyone but herself. And this is where she comes in as such a leader for the community and all of the young kids who are watching her. Mental health is absolutely a viable reason to not do something. I really can't say this enough. Your mental health is so important because if your mind's right, well, how on earth can your body be right? How on earth can your life be right? And this is where we run into issues because people say, just push it to the side. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out later. And for me, later means never. So let's jump into really what you can do to start saying yes to yourself. There are 5 pillars of my personal feelings around self-love and getting devoted to your individuality. The first step is self-discovery. So you have to know what you want to say yes to before you can start saying yes to it. And this might be like a duh moment, but it really isn't because so many of us don't know what we want because we're too worried about what other people want for us. Now, if we looked at my self-love journey, I lived the first 25 years of my life doing everything that I thought everyone else wanted me to do. Now, that I thought part of that statement is really important because I was living out the expectations that I thought other people had for me. And the reality is that most of the people in my life just wanted me to be happy. I mean, they just want me to be happy. And I was sacrificing my happiness because I thought that my happiness wouldn't equal their happiness. And this is where I ran into issues. I didn't even know what my happiness was, so I didn't even know how to step into it. I kind of had an inkling of an idea of what I needed to do to get to the next level of loving myself. However, at the same time, it's really important for me to share that you know what's best for you. I know what's best for me, and that's it. You know, our parents tend to have this dialogue with us that they know what's best for us. And the reality is that there are things that they maybe have learned over their life that you might not have learned yet, and they just want to protect you from making the same mistakes that they have made. However, at the end of the day, their mistakes might not even be mistakes to you, right? I really struggled with this concept of not wanting to go to college. And both of my parents graduated school, but my dad went to college for something he didn't even want to go to. So he really pushed and pressured me to go to college to get a degree in something I wanted to get a degree in. But honestly, I had no idea. I think it's wild that we expect kids who are 16, 17, 18 years old to know what they want to do for the rest of their lives, because this is a trajectory, right? You decide what you want to do, and then you get a degree, and then you get a job, and then you do that for the rest of your life. And thankfully, the internet has kind of shaken this up a little bit. And I really want to pinpoint that I believe that you know exactly what you want, you know exactly how to get it, and you know what feels best for you in the long run. And this, my sweet self-lover, is how you first discover who you are. You give yourself permission to be that person you know you are, deep down inside. So what comes next? Self-awareness, becoming super crystal clear and aware of that person you want to be every single minute of every single day. Am I being this person I want to be? Am I not being? Why am I not willing to be this person? Why am I feeling scared? Becoming super aware of the patterns and the things that you do to keep yourself safe or stuck in the cycle of self-sabotage and people-pleasing. The next step is self-acceptance. Accepting that person that you discovered is the real you. Accepting that they are the real you, sweet self-lover. This is what I want for you. I want this for you so deeply. I want you to give yourself permission to accept you as you are. regardless of whether or not at this very moment you're still stuck in that people pleasing. Accept that you are stuck in the people pleasing. Accept that there's something that you still get to learn from this moment in time. And then the next step is self-expression. Expressing who you are as that individual. Hey, my name's Paul Fishman. I'm a recovering people pleaser, and most importantly, I love to dance, I love to create YouTube videos, and I love to empower and inspire humanity to love themselves, because when you love you, it's gonna help everyone else love you too. So how can you express your needs? How can you express who you are without conflict and without fear? Well, it can be really, really challenging, but I've learned that there's so much value in just asking for what you want. And then the final piece of this puzzle is, of course, self-love, and that's looking at everything that you've done to discover, become aware, accept, and express yourself. And wrapping it up into this cute little self-love toolbox that you can carry with you anywhere and pull out the things that you need every single day to be that most authentic and empowered version of yourself. That, my friends, is what happens when you give yourself permission to start this journey of saying yes to yourself, aka ditching the people pleasing. So if I've learned anything from Simone Biles, it's that saying yes to you may at first feel like the wrong decision because of backlash or haters or upsetting people. But when we look into the future, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, nobody is going to pay any mind to this one decision Simone made, because she is an advocate for putting yourself first. Self-lovers, if you like this video, please make sure to give it the big thumbs up. This is new type of content for me, and I'm really passionate about sharing more of these types of videos where I just dive into pop culture, what's going on, and how we can put a self-love spin on it. If you are interested in working with me to bring these 5 pillars into your life, consider heading to the link below to sign up and apply for my self-love diet, which is that 6-month journey into learning how to habitually nourish the devotion to your individuality. And most importantly, remember, you are worth it. You deserve it. And you are not alone. I have lots of resources below of other ways to learn from me, like my Instagram, my podcast, TikTok, and more. Please have a beautiful day, and I cannot wait to see you next time right here on YouTube. Bye.